Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
We really hope that you all are having a good day. So the reason why I'm on and my husband is on is because the Lord began to speak to me not too long ago about how he is washing our feet. And so he gave me the scripture in my heart. And it's John 13, starting at verse 5, where it says, after he poured the water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him, he came to Simon Peter, who said to him, Lord, are you going to wash my feet? Jesus replied, you do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand. No, says Peter, you shall never wash my feet. Jesus answered, unless I wash you, you have no part with me. Then, Lord, Simon Peter replied, not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well. Jesus answered, those who have had a bath need only to wash their feet. Their whole body is clean, and you are clean, though not every one of you. So what I'm getting in my heart that the Lord is speaking to me in reference to this here is that there's a lot of places that we have treaded, a lot of places where God was not he wasn't in it. So we know from the word when God is in a place, like for instance, where he came before when Moses came before the Lord at the burning bush, what did God speak to him through the bush and say? He said to remove your feet. Why, baby?
Because you'll stand on holy ground.
So a lot of places where our feet have treaded, we all know is not holy ground. Some of those places, God was nowhere in it. And God is beginning to wash our feet, which is why the battles coming against us, it seems like it's hard. It seems like it's one of the hardest things we ever faced, one of the hardest obstacles we've ever been able to overcome. Or we feel like some of us, we just throw it in the towel. Like we feel like we're not going to overcome this battle. But God is doing this thing because when he brings you out and he brings you into the new, you'll know how to handle it. You'll know what you need to stay away from. And you're going to know what can come with you and what has to stay behind. There are certain things and places where our feet have treaded in sin and dirt and in filth. And God is washing it. He's cleansing it from us today. That's why the battle seems so hard. But I guarantee you, when you come out of this thing, you will not look like what you've been through. Allow God to begin to go before you in your life on today and to wash your feet, to cleanse you from all that dirt and that filth that you have been in the mix of, knowing and unknowingly. When I pray, I go before God and I ask him, and my husband does the same thing. We ask him to clean us from the knowing and the unknowing, because sometimes we get involved in things that we don't understand, and we need God to constantly go before us and shed light. So allow God to continue to wash your feet on the day and begin to remove the things of your past, the things that have been holding you bound, that some of us, we don't even know or fully understand. We know that we've come to a point in time in our life right now where we are supposed to be farther than where we are, but we don't understand what it is that's holding us back. And some of us is because we will not fully submit unto the will of God. When it comes time for us to submit unto the will of God, that flesh is going to roar. That flesh is going to fight. But you have to make up in your mind that you're going to give in to the will that God has for you on today. Make up in your mind that you will not fight against the process. No matter how hard it seems, do not allow yourself to get in the mix of what God is doing. Because when we step in, we only prolong the situation. When God asks us to be still, we have to know that it's not only in the physical realm to where we stop trying to resolve the issue on ourselves, but we must learn to be still in our emotions as well. Do not allow yourself to come out of the peace that God is pouring out on you today and the joy that God is giving into your hearts on today. Some of you all know that the trials coming against you is tough and you've tried to cry, but God has already wiped away your tears. When you get to that point where God has dried up your tears, you need to smack yourself. I have to do that. I have to smack myself when God has dried up all my tears and I'm still trying to go back to my old habits and cry. God, I'm right here and I'm facing this here. And he won't even let the tear come down. Smack yourself. I have to do that to shake myself straight. I'm just telling you the truth, because I mean that God is working on that situation, and he's telling you when he don't let that tear fall, he's telling you, I have got it. Step aside and let me be who I am in your life. Trust me. I've been seeing be still everywhere I go. I was telling my husband, I was like, I walk in a Bible store out here where I got the plaque from that I put in the community today. Walked up in there, I'm seeing be still everywhere. Took my husband to the doctor, and the nurse came in and she was checking his blood pressure. I look at her wrist. Guess what's on her wrist tattoo? Be still. I've been seeing be still everywhere I go. And I'm just like, okay, Lord, I'm going to be still. So I have to tell him I have to begin to remind myself that I have to be still in my emotions. I've got to be still in the natural and just keep my mind and my focus on God, because he's the one that's going to keep it together. Baby, you have something you want to add to that?
There's enough been said.
We love you all, and we'll see you all next time. But yes, somebody needs to grab hold of this and just stand and just trust God, because he's got this matter wrapped up, and just allow him to wash your feet. Don't fight against that process, because God is trying to pull you out of the old you. He's saving you from yourself. He's saving you from the things that you've been doing in your life that is not of him. And believe me, just like he told Simon Peter, he already knows who's clean and who's unclean. He already knows who's fit and who's unfit. He already knows who's going to remain and who's going to fall out. And those same people who, just like Judas being in the middle, and Jesus knew that, God is opening your eyes on today where you're going to know who's for you and who's against you. The stuff that they're going to begin to do is going to be like open-eyed, like you can't miss it. It's right there. It's hitting you in the face. It's so strong. So just allow God to just wash your feet and remove all those things. Don't fight. You know, some of you are maybe people you knew all your life, but you got to move forward. You got to let go and let God, because he's the only one that's going to be able to fix that matter out the way you need it to be fixed. You all be blessed, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.